Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a session of face yoga. Hopefully this will help you lift and brighten your face, open your eyes, make everything look nice and bright on the face, get some blood flowing, and open our fascia with our facial tissues. So these are some different moves that I've collected through just looking at different people on social media. And this is a small collection. There's a ton you can do. But this is just a small collection of things that I've found really easy to do every morning while I'm driving the kids to school. I do them, and then when I hit the parking lot, I finish the eye exercises that I'll show you, because obviously we're not doing eye exercises whilst driving. Okay, so you will be building up. First of all, you have to find the muscles. Just like anything, you have to find the muscles to start using and moving the muscles. So I've been doing them for a couple months now, and I feel like I'm finally finding those muscles, and I can work them, and I can feel them getting tired. But don't give up on yourself in the beginning. It does take some time to figure out where those muscles are, to start building them enough to actually feel them working. So these are just some, I'm just going to give you like a few sets or a few repetitions. But if you want to start building more muscle, you have to do higher repetitions and a few sets of them. So just for the sake of the video, we'll be going through kind of quickly. But of course, on your own, you're trying to build up your repetitions. Okay, first one is very simple. You're just going tongue to the roof of the mouth, and it's for this whole under part of the jaw, and you're just pushing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Now, when I've been experiencing with this one, I've been experiencing a little bit of like pull in the back of my jaw, and I noticed that I was using this area instead of focusing on the under part of the jaw. So I just wanted to mention that if you're feeling it in the back of the neck, really bring the focus to the under part of the jaw line. That's where the work should be happening. So I think I do 3 sets of 30. I was doing 3 sets of 50, but my jaw was actually getting tired. So now I do 3 sets of 30, and it's just pressing the tongue to the roof of the mouth, holding and releasing. And you can see my low neck here, my high neck, I mean. You can see it activating. So that's number 1. And then, of course, every time we do an exercise, we want to use our fingertips and just massage the area to let the muscles soften. And I usually do a little bit of massage in between each round as well. Okay, so then from there, where do I go next? I move towards my mouth. And I just make a wow sound, but I don't actually make the sound. I just make the shape of the mouth. I'm trying to open wide and then pull it back together. Another thing to keep in mind is you're trying not to create wrinkles. You're trying not to squeeze everything. So I'm trying to keep everything nice and soft and still, and then just focus on this wow. Okay, so I probably do 3 sets of 50 on those, and then you'll feel the muscles in the mouth getting a little tired. You give them a little massage in between each set. Next one. There's 3 different versions of this one, and number 1 would be mouth open. You curl the front lip down around the teeth, and then you're trying to expand this area above the top line. So it's like to create a little bit more firmness here, to tighten it up, to shorten it, so they don't have sagging, drooping skin here. So it'd be here, and then I'm pulling to stretch this space and to open up those muscles. Kind of feels a little bit like a nose twitch. And that one actually gets me real tired. So I'll probably do 30s, sets of 30s, and then giving yourself a nice little massage in these muscles in between. So after this one, you can also feel the cheeks working a lot in that one. You're going to move on to, and you can either, I do all 3 of these within the same car ride, but if you need like levels to work on, this would be level 1, and then the level 2 would be sticking your tongue out, curling your tongue up, and then doing that same exercise, expanding across this space and feeling all these muscles work. So in the beginning, this was really difficult for me to keep the tongue out of the mouth and then focus on the movement. But after a few weeks, it felt fine. So it looks super silly. You stick your tongue out, curl it up. I'll do it from the side. And some of these do take some focus, especially in the beginning. Like that one I couldn't do while I was driving because it took a little bit more focus, but you can play with it on your own. So after this one, we go level 2. And then the last level would be peace fingers to the cheeks because you're creating a little bit of resistance and you're also trying not to crunch the cheeks up and create more wrinkles. So I'm creating resistance and now I'm curling the top lip up. So I'm actually using these upper lip muscles to lift my lip. And when I do this one, I can start feeling the work going up into my cheeks. I have to remind myself that I want the work right here in the upper lip area. So I have to focus on the work coming from right here to lift. That one works wonders. It always makes my mouth sore. So then you definitely want to give yourself a little massage after that one. Okay, after I do those exercises, you do some fascia release for the mouth and for the jaw. So you just kind of hold an area and pull, hold an area and pull. You're trying to open up the fascia space. You can go through the lip by holding that tension and then using the tongue to press into the lip. That's supposed to be really good to make your lips bigger. Who knows? But you press and then create a little tension with the tongue. And then you can just use the tongue to massage all the way through the mouth. Okay, moving on to cheeks. Level 1 is the easiest one. You just smize or like sexy smile or it's like an awkward smile for me. Excuse me. So you're trying not to, excuse me, trying not to crinkle your eyes. You're trying to focus on these cheek muscles to lift and create a smile. So it's soft eyes. It's kind of like a deadened smile. You're just very like soft and then the cheeks are activating. And you can start out with 1 minute. You can start out with 2 minutes. You can try to get to 3 minutes. You'll feel those cheek muscles working a lot. This is one of the bigger muscles in the face, so we can do a lot of work with it. It's fun if you just turn on a song and you try to do it for the whole song. So if you're feeling it anywhere else in the face, refocus and get to the cheeks. That is level 1. Level 2, you're actually isolating the cheekbones. And this is hard in the beginning if you don't have those cheek muscles. So it takes a while with doing the smizing, and then you can focus on this one. I use my hands to hold my mouth, and then I can pull with my cheek muscles. I'll try to move forward. Now, I'm not super great at this one yet, because when I pull my cheeks, I'm also crinkling my eyes. So I'm trying to remind myself to stay soft in the eyes, and then really focus on the cheek lift. And remember your eyes, use your eyes. You have your brain-body connection. So it helps to look at the muscles that you're trying to focus on. This one, I usually stop and look in the mirror. And I just sit and stare at those areas that I'm trying to move. Okay, after that one, you give yourself a little cheek massage. Remember, try not to create wrinkles, but just softening up the muscles and the tissue there. And then moving on to the eyes. So you have your first finger, you're getting the knuckle into the eye center, and then your hands are creating these little oval or these little circles to create like a little glasses, and you're trying to open up the eyes in all directions. So I use knuckles, and then I just kind of spread my eyes open, and I'm using this action, open, to create a little tension across the eyes. From there, you're just closing the eyes and opening, closing and opening. So you're getting 360, pulling, and then releasing. And this would be level 1, just to learn how to find the eye muscles. You can create as much tension as you want, but remember, we're trying not to create wrinkles, which is super hard to do here. Another good tip is to make sure your face is very fully hydrated. So moisturizer, I usually put oil on in the morning so my face is nice and soft, and I have plenty of oil so that when I'm doing these movements, my skin is not dry and crinkling. It's nice and moisturized. So after this one, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can get the eyes working. I always try to flatten everything out. And then you can go into single eyes. So you're putting the palm above the eyebrow and you're doing a gentle lift. So now you can see the tension on this eye. And then you're pulling the under part of the eyelid up. I'm going to try to do it in the mirror, but I have to watch myself on this one. And I usually try to do 3 sets of 50 on each side. So I'll do one eye, and then I'll switch. I'll lift, not create wrinkles, but hold tension, and then try to pull the under part of the eye up. Tricky. Can do doubles. It doesn't feel quite the same. It's not quite as much work because you can't really focus on one side. So try to go right to left if you can. If you're out of time, do doubles. Last one, you're going hand to the head and you're holding the muscles still there. You're creating some resisted hold, and then you're looking up high, looking down low, up high, down low, up high, down low. And you feel these muscles up into the forehead. This is for those frowny lines that I have so badly. You're lifting up and exercising these muscles to tighten them. Now you really want to pay attention to not creating a squish here. You're just holding, lifting, lowering, and then you want to give yourself a nice massage to open up the fascia across the brow, all the way across the forehead. And then from there, that's pretty much all the exercises I do for the face. Like I said, there is a lot more out there, but that's just something I can easily do on my car ride from my house to the kids' school. You want to open up the fascia across the face. You take your fingertips really wide. You start at the hairline, and you pull back, and then you just hold. So you're getting a fascia release. Hold the tension. You should feel a stretch. And then release. And I try to do that just throughout the day to keep the tension out of my face. And go across. And this is pretty firm pressure. You're trying to grip the muscles, the skin, the fascia, and pull. That one feels great. I hope I didn't forget any of my main ones. If I do, if I did, let's make another video, I guess. Another good thing to do from there is a little bit of lymph drainage. I try to do this one every day as well. So after you do the exercise, after you release the muscles in the fascia, give yourself a little face massage, you're going to take a super gentle touch and just gently pull at the center of the eye. So I'm just coming in, I'm doing a gentle tug and release. Gentle tug and release. It has to be a very soft touch. We're trying to hit the lymph system that's directly under the skin, the fascia that's directly under the skin. So if we push too hard, we can't actually release it. We want gentle pull and release. And I like going all the way through the eye, just kind of across the brow. I don't know if it matters. I think it's mostly important that you go right here at the center of the eye. But it all feels good. And you can do it across the forehead, towards the temple. Give the temples a little tug and release. And then thinking about just draining everything down and out of the face, I start traveling down through underneath the ear, sides of the neck. Keep that gentle tug and release. You feel the skin kind of bounce back. And then down the sides of the neck. And you're going all the way towards the collarbones. And I'm doing this really quickly. You can take as long as you want, or just do a little bit each day. Once you're at the collarbones, you pull away from center. Taking some deep breaths, and then I just do a little brush. Whoops, that was the microphone. Sorry, guys. Brush away from midline, away from the collarbones. All right. That felt great. I hope you enjoy and incorporate some of these moves to your everyday car ride. See you next time on House of Chi Yoga.